Hello, boys and girls. Today I want to read Where the Wild Things Are by Maurice Sendak. I love this story. I've been reading it for years. I think it's very creative, and you might feel a little bit like Max sometimes when you hear this story. So, Where the Wild Things Are. There's Max. The night Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind or another, and another, his mother called him Wild Thing, and Max said, "I'll eat you up." So he was sent to bed without eating anything. That very night in Max's room, a forest grew. And grew. And grew until his ceiling hung with vines and the walls became the world all around. Do you notice what's happening to the picture on each page? An ocean tumbled by with a private boat for Max, and he sailed off through night and day. And in and out of weeks, and almost over a year, to where the wild things are. And when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roared their terrible roars, and gnashed their terrible teeth, and rolled their terrible eyes, and showed their terrible claws. Till Max said, "Be still," and tamed them with the magic trick of staring into their yellow eyes without blinking once. And they were frightened and called him the most wild thing of all. And made him king of all the wild things. "And now," cried Max, "let the wild rumpus start." Imagine them all jumping up and down, and making lots of noise, and swinging from the trees, having a big wild thing parade. "Now stop," Max said, and sent the wild things off to bed without their supper. And Max, the king of all wild things, was lonely and wanted to be where someone loved him most of all. Then all around, from far away across the world, he smelled good things to eat. So he gave up being king of where the wild things are. But the wild things cried, "Oh, please don't go. We'll eat you up. We love you so." And Max said, "No." The wild things roared their terrible roars, and gnashed their terrible teeth, and rolled their terrible eyes, and showed their terrible claws. But Max stepped into his private boat and waved goodbye. And sailed back over a year, and in and out of weeks, and through a day. Watch the picture. And into the night of his very own room, where he found his supper waiting for him. And it was still hot. The end. So I know that some of you might think that you feel a little bit like a wild thing sometimes, and you're jumping around the house, and your parents want you to calm down, and maybe sometimes you might have had to be in a timeout because of it. Well, that's what happened to Max. I'm going to send you some activities to do to go along with the book. Maybe you can draw a wild thing, or you can talk about where you would go if you could sail away. And I'm going to give you a STEM project where you can make your own little boat out of pool noodles. So I hope you enjoyed the story. Bye.